Welcome to the show, guys. It's the Hodaviah Fuze Talkshow. I think this is our first show in 2019. Welcome. And again, we're going to be talking about a topic that I always say it's got South Africa bleeding. Actually, it's got the whole world bleeding. Again, we talk about depression. And before I actually start, I'm going to quote on one of the world's greatest icons or heroines, Maya Angelou, who said, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story." You've got to talk about it. You've got to talk about whatever's bothering you, because if you keep it up inside, it causes illness. So it brings me to today's guest, which is Busi Mhlongo, all the way from UKZN, a very strong woman. She hails herself a survivor, a rape activist, a mental health activist. So she's here with us, guys, today. Please give her a warm welcome. Pila, welcome to the show. Busi, just tell us about yourself, tell us who you are, and just, tell us.
Okay, that is, my name is Busi Mhlongo, originally from Ehading, that is the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal, and then I moved to Njongweni in 2010 to do my grade 10, and then I went to UKZN. So yeah, I'm just loud and bubbly as they can take it. But for the past few months, I've been down and out for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
It's making a good day anyway.
Okay. So guys, that brings us to why she's here today. So while I was actually scrolling on my Facebook, and then when I came across this post, it touched me so much. It was this lady who was actually coming out of the closet about how she'd been sexually abused by her own uncle, how she had kept that all inside all these years from when she was very, very young. And when I actually tapped onto her profile, it was such a beautiful lady, Busi, and I was like, how can a person live for so many years with something that's so big and she be so beautiful? And she's overcame it after everything. She was doing her Bachelor of Social Work at UKZN. She's actually completed that. I mean, how do you keep this inside all these years? And how do you allow yourself to grow and be such a beautiful person, like locking all of these things inside? I want to talk about that. I want to know how did it all happen?
Well, it's not my uncle who raped me, it's my cousin, my uncle's son who raped me. So I think, obviously on my Facebook page, I said my uncle's son.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying my uncle instead of my cousin.
Oh, yeah.
And it's my cousin who was raping me for 3 years. And he started when I was 10 years, I was doing grade 4. And I think on the first night it was just, to me, what's going on, you know? And you 10 years and you're seeing a penance, but you just think, what is this? Because where I grew up, it was just straight rural area. So we were told that to see a penis or a vagina, you have to be like that old. And then now I'm exposed to such thing at 10 years, and I'm thinking, what is going on? And then he was obviously raping me, and I was just confused on the first day. But then again, time went by and he was just doing it over and over again. And he did not stop until I was having my first period. And then at that time, it changed to be an oral sex. So I would give him a blowjob or just give me a hand job. And he would tell me. And because I was staying at his house, I cannot do anything because my mom was in Durban working, and I was staying with his mother, with his father, with his sisters, and him and my twin sister. So for me, it was just not easy to talk and say, remember what you did to me yesterday or last night. And yeah, that's just generally everything. And for me to survive these years, I still don't know how I survived, because I'm here today, and it's been hard surviving the experience. As much as I would explain to everyone how he raped me, but we're not going to talk about rape as if we're talking about how to make a muffin. And rape is a big topic in our society. And it is done by the people we trust in most cases. A stranger can help you and not rape you, but a person that is in your home can actually rape you and then you die with it. And for me, it took me 12 years to talk about it because it's in a family and we are scared to talk about this such things in a family environment, because in a family, like right now after I came out, they said, no, let's have a meeting and then you need to forgive and forget. I mean, I haven't forgotten, that's why I'm talking about it now, 10 years later. And then I think I'm proud that I did not talk back then, because now I have all the power and no one is going to take any decision for me but myself, which is why I'm going to fight for whatever I have to for him to pay for what he did to me. Yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm really sorry about that. But I want to know how did it affect you growing up? Like, how did it affect the relationship you had with men? Because I'm thinking, being exposed to sex at such a young age, it's got to give you a different perspective when it comes to men.
Yeah.
And when it actually comes to like young men, I mean, how did you start getting into relationships? Did you not have fear that, I mean, all those things would actually come popping out, or how did it affect your relationship? Actually, that's the question I have.
Okay. Well, I first went to a mixed gender school at July High School back in Harding, and then I moved to Njongweni. I went to a same-sex school, which is Albany Girls High, and then there was no guys there at the high school. I think I was 16, so obviously when you're 16 you have these hormonal changes and everything. So at that time it did not matter to me whether I'm starting to date now or whatever. I started to have a boyfriend I think at the age of 19, and for me I was just doing it for the fun of doing it. And then it came to a point where I was sexually active, and every time when I'm sexually active on that particular day, I would have the flashback of the rape, because my cousin was raping me anally and vaginally. So all these things would just come back every day, every time when I would have sex. And obviously my relationships were hard, and I was like uhlalo in the relationship because I was not understanding anything, and then if a guy would say, we're not going to do anything today, I'm tired, I would say, why not? So for me, I saw myself as a person who's supposed to open her legs to men than a woman, in a relationship. I just saw myself as a sex slave to any man that I would date. And I do not tell any man, obviously, that I've dated, that I've been in this kind of situation before, so we need to do this and this and that. So I think they do not understand anyway, which is why they left, whatever they left for. But for me, it was just a roller coaster when it comes to it's still a roller coaster when it comes to relationships. This is why I'm just single for now until the guy comes along. But relationships, they've been very hard for me, and I'm not even understanding why. Like for me, I would just think, why do you love me? Do you want to have sex with me, or do you just love me? I mean, if you want to have sex with me, that's fine. We can do it now. Than to just say you love me and you do not love me. I would just push away people with good intentions probably, and then I'll just push them away because I had this idea that, oh, he says he loves me. Then I have this guy who just want to have fun. I would go to the guy who says they want to have fun, because I saw myself as something to have fun, because at that time growing up, I was used for his fun or for him to climax. I was just that, and then I just did not care about a man who says he loves me. But for a guy who says, no, let's just be friends with benefits, I'll do it at any time without questions asked me anything. And it did not matter to me. I could sleep with you today, the following day I could sleep with anyone, because I did not have the understanding of sex at all, because sex has abused me so much that I don't care about it, And then I've made this thing of the fact that I'm a sex slave now, because I would say with you, it just did not matter, And then now I'm 24, I'm thinking, why am I doing this?
Why have I been doing all
Yeah.
this?
Why am I sleeping with these men? It's not like it's a lot of men I've slept with, but what am I doing? Like, and then I would go, and then if you reject me, I would say okay, and then I'll come back and then I'll cut myself, you know, in my arms. I'll just cut myself for for me to get that thing out, the emotional pain. So yeah, that's how the relationship for me. It's something I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be loved by a man, obviously, because I've been keeping this thing inside me
For so long.
Yeah, that man just wants sex from me, and I wouldn't know who loves me or don't love me. I don't even care if you love me or whatnot. Even if you get hurt in the process, I do not even care about that. As long as I'm getting what I'm getting. And I was raped by my cousin every other weekend, you know. So it was just, it's like I knew that today I'm going to be raped. I have to prepare myself because I don't have a home to stay. I'm staying at his house. I'm eating his mother's food. So even when we are dating, obviously we have to have sex, and you have to have sex with me. Otherwise, you do not love me. I had that idea of me in general.
What I want to know is, since you came out a few months back, do you think it's helped you in any way, like dealing with relationships? Would you say it's helped you?
Well, ever since I came out, I haven't been in a relationship anyway. And at that time, when I was coming out, I was not in a relationship. I was almost in a relationship, we could just say like that, but then again, it just did not last because it just did not last. I don't know for whatever reasons. But for me, it was like, oh, okay, whatever. Let me just deal with this thing of a rape and whatever that I'm dealing with, and then we'll see relationships later in life if we get better and when we get better. Because I'm not gonna love someone while I have these wounds inside me, you know. Because if you are raped, or when you are raped, you don't even love yourself. It's like part of you is dead. And for me, I died a long time ago. In my mind, I died a long time ago. So now, how do I survive for the next coming years or for the next whatever years? So I haven't been in a relationship since I came out, and I don't know if I'm going to be in a relationship, and no one is asking me out anyway. It's like they're scared of me. I don't know.
What I can say is you're really, really strong, and the relationship part, don't worry, it's gonna come. I'm telling you, it's gonna come. You're a survivor. Like I said, she just completed her degree at UKZN. I think this was just the perfect time for her to come out because you've completed everything, and now you can actually deal with it in as best way as possible. And the sad thing about issues like this is that in the homes that we grow in, whenever you try to talk about it or whenever you try to come out with it, you're always shushed because of certain situations or how the family will be seen or the image. It will tarnish the family because you can't talk about it. Oh, that's why people don't really come out about it. But what I know is every South African female is affected by cases like this. There's somebody in the family who's had this, because sexual abuse, it's ongoing, even in marriages, young children, every day. It's just carrying on. And the fact that you've spoken about it, you're not only healing yourself, but you're healing the whole world. A lot of people are going to learn from this. A lot of people are going to learn that, in order for me to grow, I have to first heal myself. I have to talk about it. I have to allow myself to heal, because it doesn't only cause a sickness in your body, but mentally as well. I think it affects you. Like you said, there was even a time when you tried to commit suicide.
9 times.
Exactly. Tell us about that. Oh my gosh. Before we close.
I was in a relationship with my ex-boyfriend, and then when we broke up, obviously, I started to have these flashbacks of rape. Like every day, I would see my cousin, and for doctors they will say you're delusional or whatever. But for me, I would just dream about him every day. And then it was in March. I think I drank about 60 pills or something. I just drank them all, and then nothing happened. The following day I was like, okay, I'm still alive, whatever. I went to school, and then I've been trying to commit. I think I've lost even the
Count.
Yeah, but I think in a year it's been 9 times in 2018. There was a time where I wanted to jump out of the building in my residence at school, and then unfortunately there was security, so he was like, "You can jump, I'll catch you." So, and then I realized that all these attempts are not working out for me. So, and then I started myself, I did not eat for like a week or so. I was just thinking, I'm gonna die if I don't eat, I was on a hunger strike, and then I realized that I'm not dying, so let me just cut myself. Then I started cutting myself, I would just cut myself, I would just go and buy a razor, and then I'll use every corner, and then I'll cut myself. Well, now it's just clean because of chemicals, but I'll just cut myself, I'll cut myself in my thighs, anyway, just to see the blood. I do not care even if this nerve is being cut off. To me, it did not matter. Even my roommate would be in the room, I'll cut myself, and then he'll see later, that I've cut myself, because he will see that I'm not doing okay, or I'm bleeding through my legs, or anything. But that's how I've been trying to commit suicide, either jumping out of the building, overdose, or some hurtful things. So I don't know.
No, Sissy, you're a survivor. She's a survivor. If you read her Facebook page thing, it's written that she's a survivor. So she is a survivor. That's why she's here. A lot of people are going to learn from this. A lot of people are going to gain knowledge and insights on how to deal with this, because I know there's somebody who's watching who's going through the exact same thing that she went through. And guys, there's nothing more important than talking about it. Well, when you talk about something, you actually deal with it. There's something that happens when you talk about it. Talk about it, get help, and understand that you're not the only person who's going through it. There's also somebody who's going through what you're going through. So deal with it, guys. Thank you so much, Busi, for coming today. Thank you so much. I can't begin to say thank you for giving us this time, and for other people who are actually learning from what you're saying today. You're a strong woman, and good luck with the Bachelor of Social Work.
Sure. And God.